everyone, and welcome back to Meal Preppin' with Mo and Steph. Did you like that? Now, I know we kind of briefly touched on this. Do you like Steph or Stephanie?
Steph is perfect.
Okay, so Mo and Steph. We're going to keep that. That's our official name, unless you guys think we should change it. So, you guys have already seen at this point, you saw our video where we talked about snacking smart, and Stephanie very beautifully walked us through what that should look like. And this go-around, we're going to talk about swapping out in substitutions, right?
Right, simple substitutions.
So, with that, Stephanie, teach us everything we need to know.
Okay, so when I first started to change my life, I know when I looked at what I ate, I honestly became overwhelmed because I didn't know where to start. Because I felt like if I tried to change everything all at once, I'd give up. So I came up with the idea with talking to my husband that we should just do some simple substitutions. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is whole milk. Whole milk is very full of fat, and so what I wanted to do is I think almond milk is a great alternative. And so I will talk prices with you versus nutritional value with you to kind of give you an idea of what to expect. So this half gallon of whole milk was $1.98, and the almond milk was $2.48, so it's 50 cents more. But the whole milk, the serving size is the same in both of them. 1 cup has 150 calories, and the almond milk only has 30.
I do this.
So that is a fifth. I mean, you can have pretty much this whole thing and then a cup of this, and you have the same caloric intake.
And you know what's funny? I'll drink this at night. Like, if any of you guys have this, I get hungry at the end of the night sometimes. And I know I'm not actually hungry. I'm just bored. Or maybe I am just a little hungry. But I don't necessarily need to eat something, especially late night snacking. I'll pour myself a glass of this. Like a whole glass.
I do the same thing with almond butter. I have like a tablespoon of almond butter, and I'll drink milk. My almond milk.
It's so good. It's so, and it's like, it's so, I want to use the word cheap in calories, but it's like, if you're thinking about it like your intake for the day, it's like next to nothing for a full glass.
Right. And you can actually go to Sam's and you can get 3 half gallons for under $8. So it saves you a little bit of money.
Nice.
Just do your research. This has 8 grams of fat, where this only has 3 grams of fat. This has 11 grams of carb, where this only has 2. So as you can see, there's a lot of benefit from changing. So you're not having a cup of milk and you're reaching your caloric intake way sooner. If that's a huge step for you, go from whole to 2% to 1%. If you want to do skim.
Ooh, that's like water.
Yeah, I know, right? So one of my friends, Matt, I'm going to bring your name up, that I work with, Matt actually drinks skim milk. And
Matt, do you really? Oh my gosh.
I know, right? Matt told me he couldn't fathom just like paying the money for like the cheaper milk, so he would buy his whole milk and he would just put water in it.
Ew! Matt, you crazy boy. That's hilarious.
I totally busted you. I'm sorry, buddy.
I love stories like that. That's hilarious. That is so funny.
But anyways, this is a great substitute, and it's also got a lot more calcium.
It doesn't about that.
Women, that's really important. Osteoporosis, you need calcium to have your healthy bones, in addition to a lot of other things, okay? So that is one thing that is a great simple substitution. The next thing I'm going to bring up is when I started to try and better my life, I drank soda. And it's really hard to cut soda out. So even if you gradually cut it out, but a great thing is when you want soda, you want something sweet. Right? So this diet, or this Coke here, has 240 calories for this bottle. Okay? This is, I brought it up in the video earlier, a Wild Berry Splash Water by Nestle, and it doesn't have any calories. Okay? This has 65 grams of carbs. This has
that's a lot for just a drink.
And then this was $1.68 at Walmart. I buy a 48 pack of the assorted variety of these for $7.98. So you're paying 17 cents a bottle for this versus almost $2 a bottle for this. I mean, and people want to say that eating healthier is more expensive. It's really not.
It's really not.
You have to do some research. I mean, there are times that we go to Aldi's, Walmart's, Food for Less, and Sam's, but we do our research and we find what is the best fit for us in our grocery shopping.
Or you can always ask Stephanie, because she clearly got it down, and he will steer you right.
I'm kind of a budgeting guru.
Hey, and that's good too. So if you guys are watching this, like, hey, we could use some help budgeting. Maybe we make a video about that at some point.
Right.
And by the way, this will also help take rust off of things.
Really? I heard that it's like been used to clean blood up from crime scenes because it's so acidic, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's eating my insides. That's all I can think about.
I've seen something about like car batteries. I mean, if that doesn't tell you, probably should not be consuming Coke.
Right.
Then, but I like actually. Now I'm not a Coke person. I'm not a pop person. I don't drink pop. But I used to drink Dr. Pepper like a crazy person, and I lost 15 pounds just from stopping drinking pop.
Right.
And but like I've been places before where there wasn't water, which sounds weird, but it's happened. And I promise I'm not just making excuses. And I had like a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero. If you get in a bind,
right? Yeah.
But this is a great option.
Right, and like a lot of people, when they're not used to drinking water, which is super important, they just like, I know my mom, she kind of gags, she's like, oh, water, that's gross.
I know.
You know what I mean? And this is like water, but it's got some flavor, so it's not like it's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay? Like Mo said, everything in moderation. If you get in a bind, get a Diet Coke or whatever. I personally kind of crave soda sometimes. So actually, like 3 weeks ago at work, I work at the hospital, I craved a Dr. Pepper. And I'm going to tell you, I took about 3 sips, and that Coke or the Dr. Pepper sat in the refrigerator for like 2 weeks and went flat, and I threw it away. So I wasted $2 for nothing rather than being prepared with my flavored water.
And I just feel better when I don't drink pop. I actually had a wild hair the other day, and I drank a pop, and I was like really annoyed with myself, and I felt like very gassy and bloated. Didn't like it, but I also find that when I drink stuff like Diet Pop or things that are unnaturally flavored, I crave more of it and more sweet stuff, and so then I'm like, I need chocolate or something. you know. So I don't know. That's just a thought.
So like even if you wanted a healthier alternative of this, you can take regular water and you can get like frozen blueberries and put that in your water to give it some taste of its natural fruit. I mean, there are always ways to improve. It's an ongoing learning process.
You mentioned something the other day with Colton, who's one of our friends, by the way. You've seen him on this on this page anyway. You mentioned Sonic. If you go to Sonic, get an ice water. Was this you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can ask if, like, a lot of times I will want, like, a soda, but I'll go to Sonic and I'll be like, I want a Route 44 water and I just want strawberries in it. And they'll blend up some strawberries so it satisfies my craving, but it's strawberries. I mean, it could be so much worse.
I bet that's delicious.
It is. It is. So until they make sure they blend it up. Otherwise, you'll be stuck trying to like get a
suck that through the straw.
Right.
That's funny.
Hey, add in there. Yeah. They're like, you can totally have us blend that up. Yeah. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good, because I know a lot of us love Sonic. I mean, heck, if you live in the Midwest, you like Sonic. So that's a good thing to try.
Next thing I want to talk about, my husband deserves all the credit in the world for this, is going from eating like 80-20 of ground beef to going to eating ground turkey. And this is actually 85-15, so it's a little bit more lean. And like I said, everybody's like, price. This was actually, I think, $2 a pound more than this one. I believe this was $3.98 when I bought it. And this is $1.98. You can get them to where they're, not in these little packages, but it's more expensive. But let's be honest, I'm all about saving money. Yeah. So this is what I buy. So this is $2 a pound cheaper, okay?
That's good.
They have the same serving size, which is 4 ounces, and they both have 4 servings in it. Our ground beef has 280 calories, and our turkey has 240. So if you think an entire package, that's 160 calories difference.
Yeah.
This has 22 grams of fat. This has 17. Turkey is kind of high in fat, but it's still less. And if you want to buy a more lean meat that's ground beef, you're going to be paying like $5 a pound more
like
than the turkey.
Or something like that?
No, like the beef.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I bought like, I made meatloaf this week, and I make it with hamburger meat and with turkey. But I think I paid almost $6 a pound for that really lean beef.
Yeah.
Versus $1.98 a pound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this has 19 grams of protein. The turkey has 22 grams. Like I said, you have to think not everything that is healthier is more expensive. You just got to do your research.
Yeah.
Literally get online and look on Walmart.com, look up at Sam's, do your research, and then buy accordingly.
And I think too, if you're someone who is watching these videos and checking all these really fun things out that we do, we have a group on this Facebook page. Just look for the group section. Post in the group. If you find a really good deal, post in the group and let everyone know about it. Or post on our page and let the other patients know about it, because I also think there's some power in the numbers, that, you know, we have this great community to share with one another, and we'll try to do the same too if we come up with some things, really good deals that are going on, to let you guys know too. Because I think that kind of helps, and that's one of the great things about what we're doing here. Is that we're all kind of in it together.
Right.
So, yeah.
Something I will say, because my husband picks on me about this a lot, is when we tried ground turkey, I hated it. I despised it.
You cut it and put a little beef in?
We would mix beef and turkey together. And it took, because turkey, if you just cook turkey in a skillet by itself,
it's kind of boring.
It's boring.
Yeah.
You need something to have it take on the flavor, and I wasn't used to the texture.
Yeah.
The texture was a little weird. So gradually we do like a half a pound of beef, half a pound of turkey, and now all we eat is turkey. So kudos, James. That was all you, babe.
I give
you
the
credit.
Shout out. I also, believe it or not, I did that before. That's kind of how I got into when we do cook with turkey. I started with a little bit of pork. I did a weird mix. A little bit of pork, because pork is out of control, okay?
Right.
It really flavors some things. So, I mean, I'm talking like, I did like this much, like a sausage patty of pork. And then I did a little bit of beef and then some turkey, and then it kind of got me into it. But it is a commitment, and I think over time, all of these things that you're talking about too, you change your lifestyle. It's not depriving yourself. It is doing what's best for your long-term health. And you know, Dave said something really great the other day. I'm going to butcher this, and I'm going to figure it out and tell it on the next video. But he said, you know, we you know, go crazy the first part of our lives doing everything that we want to do. We work really hard. We eat whatever we want, and then we actually pay for it in the last part of our lives. And you know, whenever we aren't, you know, earning an income, and it's expensive to pay for your healthcare bills. So this is so incredibly valuable, what you're talking about, and it is worth that investment. So whether you have to cut it and wean yourself into it, or how you need to do it, just go for it and make that commitment, and over time it'll stick.
Right. Progress, so, it adds up. Progress, not perfection. That's what I have to tell myself. And you'll be very surprised how your palate changes over time. Like, if I crave something sweet, it would be like a Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
If I ate a Three Musketeers now, I would get really sick. I honestly crave peanut butter and almond milk.
Oh my gosh, I do too.
I know, and you're probably like, oh, you're crazy, lady. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. Yeah. You should see how much I've gone through almond butter and peanut butter in my house in the past 2 weeks.
Oh, I love peanut butter.
But, you know, your palate's going to change with you. And we were talking a little bit in our earlier video. Dr. Murphy does not like yogurt because it's easy to consume a large amount. And so what I bought is, I bought some regular yogurts, not Greek yogurt, and it's strawberry, okay? Then I bought, this is a strawberry banana because I could not find a regular strawberry Greek yogurt, okay? And the point that I want to bring home on these is this one is the highest in calories between the two of these, and that is not the Greek yogurt. And it has 18 grams of sugar in it, where the other one, the Greek yogurt, has 15 grams of sugar, okay? That's a lot of sugar, guys.
That's a lot of sugar.
That's like basically taking yogurt and just pouring a whole bunch of sugar in it. Yeah. And that's where I moved to plain Greek yogurt. It's a good alternative, and I'm going to be honest, if you've ever had, sour cream, who hasn't had it? Mm-hmm. It's a great substitute for sour cream because it's got the same texture, but it's very tart.
You can make dips with this.
Yeah, definitely. And use it as sour cream for Mexican food. I'm trying to think, what else do I use it for? I use it for egg salad instead of mayonnaise.
That sounds good. Yeah.
It has so many benefits.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to have mayonnaise on Dr. Murphy's diet for sure.
So, see, Dr. Murphy, it does have a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
And it only has 7 grams of sugar. And like I said, it's got a very distinct taste. It takes some getting used to.
I agree with that.
And you're not going to eat copious amounts of it. You're really not. Where this, I mean, guys, let's be honest. It's like butter. You just want to keep eating it.
It is. And I think a lot of people get tricked into thinking that all yogurt is made equal.
It's not.
It is not. And frankly, these little packages, watch out for them because almost none of them are going to be okay. The Greek yogurt like this, like Stephanie's talked about, get yourself some little to-go, containers and, make yourself some if you really like it. But, beware because that's a lot.
Right.
That almost gets you up to the amount you should have in a day in grams of sugar.
Right.
It's a lot.
I actually saw, where was it earlier? It was like 100% of your daily intake or something like that. I don't know. It was ridiculous. But avoid these things. There's such, like I said, if you have
little snacks.
If you have to, if you're eating yogurt and you have to gradually work to Greek yogurt, like I said, dairy is definitely moderation.
Yes.
But this is not something, I'll be honest, I can't indulge in this.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it when the right things are in it. But I'm not going to sit down. I can promise you I'm not going to sit down in my underwear and eat a tub of this.
Yeah. You just feel real sad about it. It's like, Greek yogurt.
Like, if that's what I'm doing, I've had a midlife crisis and I have nothing better to do.
Hilarious. It's a great point.
Next thing I want to bring up, I'm going to bring up kind of like 3 things in one. This is a nice dingy bag of ours because you can see we eat brown rice. And something I want to point out is when it says ingredients, it says long grain brown rice, period.
Hey, that's short.
There's nothing else in this. So when they make rice, there are, what is it called? It's the grain, right? There's 3 parts of the grain that make this nutrient dense. If you have white rice, you get the least valuable part of the grain, and you only get 1 out of 3 of them. Therefore, you lose all your nutrients, and you lose your fiber. I don't know if you guys know what fiber equates to, but I like a happy digestive system. I don't like to have to take anything to help me go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Brown rice is a lot better alternative than white.
Yes.
Same goes for white bread versus whole wheat bread. Same goes for regular pasta noodles versus whole wheat. They are more nutrient dense, they have more fiber, they have a lot more health benefits.
And calorie wise, are they the same?
They are actually a little bit less, not significantly, but it's just the nutrient benefit. And then something that people I think don't think about is you don't eat for comfort. Your body needs to be fueled. Yeah. We need some comfort. I get that. But you have to fuel your body properly. If you want to lose 50 pounds and have abs, you have a very strict diet. Yes. And there's so many components. I could even tell you that's why I don't have abs. I mean, let's be honest, guys.
We're trying to keep it real.
You have to eat for fuel, and people get vitamin deficiencies all the time, and if they would just take time to eat more variety of things, they wouldn't have those deficiencies. Yeah. Supplements of vitamins and stuff are hardly even absorbed by the body. Yeah. If you would just eat the right things, you wouldn't need those, and your body would absorb them.
Your body will thank you.
And then the last thing I want to move on to is produce. Produce is great. But I'm going to be honest with you, when it comes to my weekly meals, I don't buy fresh produce. Yeah. It's expensive. It can be time consuming, but I do fresh produce for certain things, but the bulk of our meals to last throughout the week, I honestly do frozen produce. It's frozen. It still has the nutrients in it. It's not degrading, but you're still getting some of those good nutrients you need. And let's keep in mind, these aren't canned to where they're in whatever liquid that's in with extra preservatives and additives. These are frozen. I just don't have, these are green beans. I don't have time to go to the supermarket, snap all the ends off their green beans. And these, okay, if you see these, this is like my go-to.
I love green beans.
They can be microwaved. My husband and I used to put them in water and boil them. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, so 7 minutes later in the microwave, what?
Is this okay? Are you going to tell me no?
I don't put butter on my green beans.
I can't believe it's not butter. This was not planned. I just thought about it. Is this okay?
I don't know. I've never had it.
It's 0 calories. It's not actually butter, but it gives you a butter flavor. Now, I'm sure there's stuff in it that's not good for you.
I'm sure it's fine. Everything in moderation.
We'll look it up, but I'm telling you, I will heat up green beans like that in the microwave, just real easy, not trying to get out of control. Heat them up, spray some of this on, a little salt, and I do light salt and pepper. I don't know, didn't mean to derail your chat, but what do you think? You don't know?
It works for you.
I'm going to find out.
I'll be honest with you guys. So, my husband and I eat a lot of chicken. I'll eat this with some grilled chicken breast, and if I want something besides just green beans and chicken, I'll get like low-fat Italian dressing, and it's actually really good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then we'll talk about that more in other videos, how to change up your meals. But some of my things I want to tell you when it comes to simple substitutions is have patience. Your palate's not going to change immediately. It takes some time.
Yeah, it does.
And your results aren't going to happen overnight. I didn't gain a bunch of weight overnight, therefore I didn't lose it overnight. And the faster you lose it, the more likely you're going to put it right back on.
Yeah.
You have to do this long-term and sustaining. I don't know if you've seen this at all. This is my blender bottle. My husband and I take them everywhere to stay hydrated with water. Water's what makes your body go. Yeah. Your body is like 80% water or something.
Everything is water.
Nutrition is an ongoing learning process.
It is.
There are so many things I can do better, like not eat bread. But I'm very realistic. I have a busy schedule. Yes. I'm a mom of a 4-year-old. So I do what is pretty healthy for me, but I have some wiggle room because if I say I'm not going to have anything processed, I'm setting myself up for failure.
Oh, I totally agree. It's not a, dive in head first kind of thing. I mean, you can try it that way, but even for me, I mean, I struggled. About my senior year of high school, my body changed and I gained all kinds of weight, and it was so hard to figure out what the heck I needed to do. And I feel like I am just now, as a 30-year-old, finally, figuring out. But it took a dedicated effort. Not to say that it's going to take forever, so just don't worry about it. But I got better over time, and I was patient with myself. And I was encouraging to myself as much as possible. But, of course, you're going to make mistakes. So I think that's a great point.
Right.
And,
it's progress over perfection.
Yeah.
I could have 6-pack abs, but I would have lost them a long time ago because I still like to eat donuts every now and then.
Every once in a while, a glass of wine.
Yeah. Nutrition is your key to success. I go to the gym about an hour, 5 to 6 days a week.
Yeah.
But you have 23 hours left in the day. What you do and what you consume, the gym cannot necessarily cancel those calories. Remember that. You don't earn your food. It's great to have a reward, but... let's be honest, if you're on the elliptical for 60 minutes, that's not going to burn off a dozen donuts or a Big Mac, whatever.
Yeah.
Just think smart. And I also want to point out, fast food is not always fast food. I really got the observation of this the other day. I went to get my son a Happy Meal because it was like 8 o'clock at night. And it took us like 5 minutes to get up to the speaker box. And after we ordered, it literally took another 25 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I could have saved so much money and made something in less time. For example, I always have like hard-boiled eggs and tuna ready.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes later, I can eat when I get home.
Yeah,
I'm not
and you know
sitting there
what's in
waiting.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like a little over $1 for that meal versus going to McDonald's and paying like $5 to $8.
Yeah. It's a great point.
And then, lastly, but not least, remember this is not a diet, it is a lifestyle. It's not temporary, it is forever. Love it. Not everything works for everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to listen to what your needs are and what your body wants and what your body needs, but doing a little bit over time will add up to huge results. And you will get in the point where you've lost 50 pounds and you've kept it off for 3 years, and so you're maintaining, which is so important. So that's just basically all I have for today.
I think that was, just jam-packed full of really good stuff, and I think...
Oh, before I forget,
Oh,
this is like, if you like hazelnut creamer, this is like the best
ever.
Oh,
it totally is. I put it in my coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like hazelnut creamer. I can't do black coffee, let's just be honest. Yeah. I'm just not manly enough for that. I don't have enough hair on my chest. But this is so good.
I do this in my coffee too, whether you drink it cold or hot. Every morning I have this in my coffee because I like a little creamer. And I talked to Dr. Murphy about that too, but I agree with everything you said. You know, it takes time, it's dedication, and the fact is, never in your life are you going to be done maintaining whatever you're trying to accomplish. I don't care what diet you decide to be on, you're never done with it, because it is a lifestyle, and I talk to patients about that all the time. You know, it's not about getting you to your goal weight. It's about getting you to a place where you feel good, and of course that usually looks like a goal weight, but maintaining that requires this type of activity because like Stephanie said earlier, you know, you can work out and that's great, but what you put in your body is incredibly important, the most important, more important than any other thing, wouldn't you think? Right. Of course activity is important, but not more important than this necessarily because, you know, like she said, if you eat a bag of donuts, which are good, I'm not going to disagree, you're never going to burn that off in a day. And food should not be a punishment. It should also not be a reward necessarily. It's, you know what, every once in a while I'm going to eat something that's a little bad and I'm not going to feel guilty about it, although sometimes I do.
Right.
But it's also not a reward for just being so good. Because then the rest of your time feels like a punishment. So these are simple things, and I think this was a great little tutorial on how you can substitute. So if you guys like this, if you'd like to see more of it, if you're on YouTube, subscribe and comment below and let us know what you think about this and what else you'd like to see. If you're on Facebook, just comment below. Share this video and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
So cool. I think that's everything.
Yep. That's all we have for today.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see you next time on Meal Preppin' with Mo and Steph. Bye.